In this lesson we will learn how to create isometric drawings, such as this example shown. This is not a 3D model but a 2D drawing, representing an isometric view of the part. Open the file provided and let's go to class. The isometric design is characterized by an angle of 30 degrees between the x and y axes. This way we will learn the functions that facilitate this type of drawing. Let's reproduce this drawing on the side. Looking at the dimensions of this drawing, we notice that we need an area of approximately 200 by 200 units of space in the graphic area. So let's activate the limits command, confirm the 0, 0 coordinate and type 200,200 to define the area, right after activating the zoom all command. To activate the isometric drawing mode on the toolbar, we activate isometric drafting by clicking on this icon. Notice that by clicking on the arrow next to it we have the active isoplane top modes, isoplane left and isoplane right. Notice that by switching these modes the grid of the desktop also changes. Note: we have left the isoplane top on. Note that if we activate the line command and with the orthogonal command enabled, see that the lines are projected along the x and y axes tilted 30 degrees to the horizontal. So we can easily trace, for example, a square plate shown in isometric form. Let's erase this, and see other facilities. Let's go to Snap Settings to configure the cursor shift, because as you can see the piece has its measurements in multiples of 5. So we can facilitate the tracing by defining this step in Snap. We activate Snap in this box, and set the spacing to 5 in this field, and we will activate the grid of points by clicking on 2D model space and typing 5 in the fields of the grid. We confirmed it and now we can notice the cursor shift over the grid after activating a drawing command. Let's turn off precision tools for now. With the line command active, let's draw the top of this piece, which has dimensions, 50 on the left and 40 on the right. Note that we will be making the isoplane top active. Like the linked orthogonal, we click on any point and with the movement of the cursor and observing the dimensions we will click to form the geometry observe. See that we can now draw a 15 line down. So we simply switch the mode to isoplane right because we're going to draw the right part. We drew the line down with 15 units, this 50 unit line, plus this 30 unit line up. We finalize the line command and activate it again to compose the other possible lines. Note: now let's use the isoplane left to make the left part. We start with this corner and we will trace, as shown. The legs of this piece are 10 units thick. Let's chart it one by one. In the middle of the process you can use all commands from AutoCAD, zoom, trim, etc. to compose your drawing. Let's leave the bows to the end. This little piece we can make a longer line and use the trim to cut what's left. Note that in this drawing we also have the center lines. Let's do them to make it easier to trace the holes and spokes. We activate the centerline layer. With the active isoplane top we will draw the center lines of the middle of the piece and the centers of the hole. See that with the grid and snap on, things get easier. You can also use the precision tools if you need to. We now activate the isoplane left to create the center lines of the larger hole and radius. With the center lines done, now let's make the representation of the holes at the top. For this we have to activate the isoplane top, and set the layer again to outline. We activate the ellipse command, selecting the axis, end option, so the isocircle option will be available. We select the isocircle option, click where the center of the circle will be and then enter the value of the radius which is 5 units. We press enter to repeat the ellipse command, select the isocircle option and drill the other hole as shown. Please note. To make the big arcs we will also use ellipse, but first we will change the mode to isoplane left because the hole is located on the left side. Activated the ellipse option axis, and select the isocircle option and locate the center at the intersection of the center lines. For the lightning we type 20 and enter. We use trim to erase the parts we don't want to observe. See that for the back part it is necessary to make another ellipse, so as they are the same we just copy. See that we can use precision tools to assist. If you want to make it easier in some cases you can also disable the grid and snap. See that we have snap disabled. We activate the line command and with the help of the tangent tool we will draw a line between the tangencies of these two ellipse arcs. Let's use trim again to erase the tip of the bow. To finish, we will make the center hole with a diameter of 20. Activate the ellipse command, select the isocircle option, locate the center and enter the value of 10 units for the radius. The representation of the back of the hole is displaced by 10 units. To make it easier, let's activate snap again and leave the isoplane top option active. We activate the copy command, select the ellipse, press enter, as a base point we click on any point on the screen, and move 10 units to this side and click. See that the positioning came out perfect. Now as trim we erase what we don't want. See that it wasn't complicated to do this piece. The use of the shafts greatly facilitates operation. To exit isometric mode, just turn off this button. See that the orthogonal now is parallel with the X and Y axes. We learned in this lesson how to use the features of AutoCAD to facilitate the creation of isometric drawings, in some cases necessary to represent an idea. Do the exercises suggested in the next classes to train the use of these new features. Thank you for your commitment to study so far and look forward to you in the next classes. Until then.